Welcome to episode 39 of the Grace Shepherd's Memo. I am Darren, and I'm glad that you've joined me on this beautiful Wednesday. And yes, it's Wednesday, so that means tonight at 7 p.m. we are going to join again for another hymn sing. I hope you join me. It's going to be great this evening. I can promise you that. You won't be disappointed. Well, this Wednesday's PSA is to drink water. I know a lot of people are going through coffee like there is no tomorrow, but remember, drink your water. It'll help you stay hydrated, because that's what water does. It'll keep you alert and awake, and it will also help you flatten your own curves. All right. Anyways, because I had one plan for this morning that I was going to look at, and then I decided, you know what, I just wanted to see because this is episode 39, what Psalm 39 says. Sometimes I do that just to look, and I thought, you know what, this is so appropriate for today, what David writes in Psalm 39. Psalm 39 falls in this trilogy of Psalms of 38, 39, and 40 that all have this theme of waiting and prayer. And both 38 and 39 kind of conclude with this plea for relief. I think some of us have prayed that prayer ourselves, that the Lord would relieve us of, that He would not forget us or forsake us. But Psalm 39, David begins with this lament. He's tormented in a silent state because he feels like his hands are cuffed. He says, I said, I will guard my ways, that I will not sin with my tongue. I will guard my mouth with a muzzle, so long as the wicked are in my presence. I was mute and silent. I held my peace to no avail. My distress grew worse. My heart became hot within me as I mused. The fire burned. Then I spoke with my tongue. He's basically saying that he sat there, he was patient, but the longer he was patient, the more the anger boiled within him, and then he just burst out with his tongue. Charles Spurgeon, when he was reflecting upon these verses, he said, while his heart was musing, it was fusing. For the subject, it was confusing. And I think we can all sympathize with Spurgeon's assessment of that. While his heart was musing, it was fusing. For the subject was confusing. And David, as he frames this whole thing, he begins to answer his own questions. He says, O Lord, make me know my end. And what is the measure of my days? Let me know how fleeting I am. Behold, you have made my days a few handbreadths, and my lifetime is nothing before you. Surely all mankind stands as a mere breath. Surely a man goes out as a shadow. Surely for nothing they are in turmoil. Man heaps up wealth and does not know who will gather. As David frames these questions, he begins to, as so often when we verbally process even before the Lord in prayer, we begin to actually understand God's answers. So prayer is one of God's incredible means of helping us grow and learn and in teaching us. So your prayer life these days needs to be active. It needs to be robust. If you are frustrated, if you are fusing, like as you are musing because of the confusing situation, like David, bring it before the Lord in prayer. He's talking about the transient nature of life, the brevity of it all. And I think we've all noticed and reflected upon that ourselves. Life's meaning and purpose must be found only in God's purposes for us. And that's what David figures out. And he continues on, now, O Lord, for what do I wait? My hope is in you. Deliver me from all my transgressions. Do not make me the scorn of the fool. I am mute. I do not open my mouth, for it is you who have done it. Remove your stroke from me. I am spent by the hostility of your hand. When you discipline a man with rebukes for sin, you consume like a moth what is dear to him. Surely all mankind is a breath. David is moving from that tormented silence to being filled with trust in his silence, knowing that the Lord is taking all things under. We who believe the sovereignty of God, this is the time when we live it out. Now more than ever is when we can understand the sovereignty of God and how our theology gets put into action. But this final prayer, like I said at the beginning, there's this plea for the Lord. Doesn't mean we can't plea before the Lord. He says, hear my prayer, O Lord, and give ear to my cry. Hold not your peace at my tears, for I am a sojourner with you, a guest like all my fathers. Look away from me that I may smile again before I depart and am no more. We are but pilgrims and sojourners on a journey, and our hope is found only in God alone. Don't be so hasty to get through these days without learning what the Lord is teaching you. Be like David. Go before him in prayer. Seek his wisdom and counsel. Be silent and trust the Lord in all these things. There is no point in allowing your musing to turn into fusing. Allow yourself to be filled with trust in the Lord. One of those ways is to sing the great hymns. And we want to do that tonight. We're going to be singing some old stuff. We're going to be singing some new stuff. And I promise you, you will grow in your trust of our sovereign God, even in these days. Have a great day. God bless. And I'll see you tonight at 7 p.m.